need to talk. There's been a lot of unrest in fantasy fandoms lately, hasn't there? I know we are frustrated and I know we are tired. But I need to address something that I've been seeing more and more recently, which is the intentional or unintentional spread of misinformation to prove a point. Taking quotes out of context or seeing something that was written as a joke and then taking it literally and spreading it as fact, that sort of thing. I have a million examples, but I'm going to use a specific topical one for the purposes of this video. There is a large group of people that think the Rings of Power showrunners, Payne and McKay, said that anyone who criticized the show was patently evil. Now, being the skeptical person that I am, I thought there was no way they could say that and get away with it. So I looked up the source article and read it, the entire thing, 3 times to make sure I was understanding correctly. And I was right. They may have said the words patently evil, but they were not talking about anybody who criticized the show. They said that quote specifically about the racist comments members of the cast were receiving. Don't believe me? I'll link the article below so that you can read it yourself. But do me a favor, read the entire article before making a judgment. I get it, we're mad about the show. It was bad, okay? But we don't need to lie to make the showrunners look bad. They're doing a great job of that on their own just fine. And by the way, you don't need reasons to decide you dislike someone. You could just say, I dislike the showrunners because they made a bad show. That's a full sentence. This weird trend to morally vilify people who make things we don't like is concerning to me. Payne and McKay were vastly inexperienced and made a messy, bad show. But I don't need to prove they're bad people to say that. Did you know that good people can also make bad art? Now you may be saying, but they do it to us. They lie all the time and say that fandoms are toxic and pretend we're saying things that we actually aren't saying. And you know what? You're right. It's super annoying and it sucks. But 2 wrongs have never made a right. And the only person you are in control of is you. Just you. And you get to decide if you're going to start today to be a responsible internet user, a steward to the information you decide to pass on and spread. So, what are 3 quick ways to start becoming a responsible internet steward? The first one is to always check your sources and particularly check for context. If something sounds too good or too terrible to be true, always Google the source before you pass it on. Read the entire article. Does context change what's said? Tweeting a single quote from an article can often take the meaning far from its intended meaning within context. Before you click share, check the source of the information. And if you're not willing to do that, then what's the point of starting discourse? Number 2, always check your sources and look for context. Oh wait, that's just the same as number 2. Is that all it is? Like, let's go check number 3. Oh my gosh, number 3 is checking your sources and checking for context. That's it. That's how easy and simple it is. Look, I love y'all, but it's our responsibility and ability to start making fandoms a better place to be in and a better place to have discourse. And the way we can do that is to stop spreading disinformation just because we don't like something. Remember, be skeptical, check your sources, and stay nerdy.